Hello, my name is Josh Biggs, and I'm going to talk about my experience at the New Student Dialogue. The dialogue I attended was Crossing Borders, and in this dialogue we talked about, I don't know, different stereotypes, and uh, and we analyzed our social identity with a little identity wheel, and our identity timeline and how it's changed over time. The first thing we did was we played a little game in which we tried to get find a connection between everyone in the room. Our The facilitator started off by saying where she's been, and then if someone has experienced the same type of thing, then they would stand up and lock arms until everyone in the room was linked together in some way. And this was just a fun little ice-breaking activity, I guess, and just kind of it was interesting. Um, and we talked about the definition of discussion and dialogue and debate. Um, One interesting thing we watched is the TED talk about the African woman who told about stereotypes and how our stereotype of Africans only tells one story of uh, of Africans and um, hmm. So after that we talked about our social identity and we filled out this identity wheel and it's composed of our ethnicity, socio-economic class, gender, orientation, age, and all types of things, and then we had to determine which portion we thought had the greatest impact on our lives, I guess. And for me, it was the portion with the greatest impact on my life was my national origin and also my religion. Um, and for the timeline, I chose religion as my identity that's changed the most over the years. Um, I was first blessed Mormon, and I guess I didn't really have a religious affiliation after I moved to New Mexico between ages 6 and 10, and then when I was 15, I was blessed Baptist after moving to South Carolina, and then later on, I converted to Catholicism. Um, yeah, so some of the things, the dialogue, I felt like we didn't really achieve true dialogue because there were really only two people that were running the discussion, and I don't know, it was just wasn't very engaging, and so they were the only active voices really, and um, I don't know, everyone else was kind of just reserved and not very into it, and it was kind of boring for the most part, but we got through it. Uh, the role I played was I kind of just stayed quiet most of the time because it was just kind of awkward and boring or whatever. And but we did get into small groups after that, and it was interesting. It was a nice little another ice breaking activity, but I felt like we could have done that first because we were able to kind of loosen up and I don't know. So I think the reason why dialogue is part of Library 100 is, or this dialogue at least, is because there's so many different nationalities at Clemson, and we were trying to break down the stereotypes we have about people and kind of get rid of that. It's definitely a useful tool. This dialogue, I don't know, helps you not make not judge people of different nationalities, and yeah, it was very interesting. But it was also the dialogue itself was just kind of boring and not very engaging. Um, So thank you for listening, and okay.